Bienvenida, bienvenido, and wahi. I hope each and every one of you feels welcome. Hey, hi, hello, and how are you doing? It is Destiny back. If you're here by way of the Smooth Sands Facebook page, hey sis, hey, it's me. I'm she, the girl that runs that page. Smooch does exist. I can't keep saying she doesn't do social media like that because she's slowly started to come on camera and do a little thing. So she's showing her face, but typically she's not a social media person. So it's always me on the Smooth Sands Facebook page running the page. So if you're doing any communicating there, it's me. It's not a smooch, it is Destiny. Hey, listen. Today's content day, which means we are about to knock out several different topics. I'm not even going to tell that field that I'm going to try to be short and quick because I'm never short and quick. I have a busy brain and I'm a talker. And with those two things combined, most topics just get to be me running and running and running and running. Not even on my feet, just in my brain. It comes out my mouth. That's how it is. Listen, if you have subscribed to the Cooking Up Conversations channel, thank you. I appreciate you. Hey, family, if you have not, then please, I need you to do me a quick favor. Stop what you're doing. Yes, right now. And subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel, subscribe. And when I get through clowning, we can get into this topic, right? Listen, first topic of the day is going to be about bullying. Bullies, bullying, when you see it, how do you handle it? How do you manage it? How do you navigate it? Do you ignore it? And or do you just mind your business? That's the first topic of today. Hey guys, it is September. Also, happy September. It's the 2nd and we're getting started on a series of messages. So you may get sick of seeing me in this color, what I'm wearing, the shirt, the head wrap, all that. I don't know what to tell you because at least for the next 10 plus topics, this is what you gonna get. I've learned batch creating works for me. To pick a day and just run through several topics, it works for me. It actually gives me, the last time I did it, which was the first time I did it, I thought it was gonna give me like a week break where I didn't have to create any content. Listen, it gave me 2 weeks break. So when I tell you it works, that's not even what the topic is about. There's a tip and a takeaway at the top of the video. If you have a question as to how you create content, even though that's not what the topic is about, batch creating, it works for me. 2 weeks break, I didn't have to create any content. Now y'all saw several videos uploaded. I had on the same clothes, but baby, it worked for sis. So listen, it was like doing some hard work and then taking a 2-week vacation. Listen. Today's topic, bullying. Bullies, how do you handle it? I want to tell you all how I personally feel about it and just a couple of, maybe 3 stories about 3 encounters and how I dealt with them when I ran across some bullying type of situations and how I just couldn't mind my business in a positive way. So in a positive way, again, is how I dealt with them. The first thing, how I feel about bullying. I absolutely detest it. I do not like it. I loathe it. It is disgusting. It is a disgrace that people think they can bully other people. Absolutely against it, okay? That's how I feel about it. Am I one of those people that can sit and watch someone be bullied and mind my business? No, I'm not. And I don't know why I'm like that, but I am. It's terrible. Give me a second, guys. Okay. I know I'm always blocking probably my cutest or my best Shein giveaway items. So I like to just kind of put them on display when I'm doing a giveaway. I always like to do that because it always lets you all know it's things that you could possibly win. I digress. The busy brain is here. It shows up every time. Listen, I don't like it. Absolutely find it disgusting. And I have a way I deal with it. I have probably a part of the busy brain, probably just a part of my makeup, who I am. Back in the day, let's take it back to my high school days. I could literally be in school. A fight breaks out. People are running. Who is it? You start hearing names before you even get to the fight. Girl, it's Lisa and Mary. Girl, it's Jill and Joanne. It's Veronica and Susie. You know, you just know who's fighting. So already headed to the fight to be like everybody else, see, you know, be on the scene and see what's going on. I'm like, dang, neither one of them are my friends. I'm not friends with either one of them. I might have had a tiff with both of them. I don't say I had enemies. I don't think we had enemies as children. You just, you know, you had tiffs, fallouts, arguments. You just didn't like certain people. You weren't friends with certain people. I don't think I had enemies as a child. I don't know. Either way, let's just say both of them were not my friends. I get to the scene of the fight. I was that person that had to jump in and help somebody. So I want to use the word enemies so bad. I'm going to use the word enemies just to make it sound valid enough. Like both of them were my enemies. Though back then, again, I don't think we called people that weren't our friends our enemies. Just, girl, I'm not her friend is what we said, right? So we're going to say two of my enemies, just for the sake of it being clear. I didn't really like either one of them. I wasn't a fan of either girl. But baby, by the time I got on the scene, and it probably was the person that was losing the fight, I would jump in and pull the other person off, break it up, you know, no. Or let's say I get there and it's a pretty good scrap. Everybody holding their own, throwing blows, standing 10 toes down. I would probably jump in and just maybe more so on the side of the person maybe I liked more. Let's just say there's two enemies. Again, just using that word. And one of them I've never had a problem with. So she cool. I just don't rock with her like that. We've never been friends. We've never hung out. We've never been in each other's house. So, you know, she's just not a friend. But the other person might have been a friend and we fell out. So then the other person, you know, I don't have no beef with her. I'm going to help her. So it was one of the two. The person I had no issues with at all, or the person that was losing the fight. I had to jump in and help somebody. I don't know why I was always like that. And after I did it so many times, I used to question, why can't I just, other people standing there, get her. Somebody may be standing there, get off of her, girl, get off of her, quit, break it up. People yelling whatever. I'm not yelling anything. I got a hands-on get in and help somebody. I was always like that. I cannot tell you why. I had to help somebody. Always been, to this day, I'm like that. As you see, Shein giveaway. I know they're gifts. I know I do games and I do different things to give these things away. But there's times, trust me, behind the scenes, I get stories from, personal stories from people, and I'll never share them because they're personal, that let me know how I brighten up their day just by them. Even though they won, I could have said you won and I could be a scam. I could have said you won and I'm going to send you a gift in another month or two. Whenever I get around to it, I immediately push my gifts out. I immediately make sure people have those gifts as far as I can. It's up to the post office to do the rest. Within a week, wrap it up really cute and real spiffy and fancy. Get it to them. And it's up to them to, you know, mail it out. But I do my part within 3 to 4 days. So within a week, they get those gifts. I've had so many people tell me how much it meant to them. Therefore, I'm doing something else, you know, it's a gift, but I'm helping people by brightening up their day, doing something sweet. People that never won anything, so they didn't win a lottery with me, but there's so many different ways I still pour into people that I really don't know where I get it from, but it's who I am. So when I see someone bullying somebody, I got to step in. I've got to help. I've got to diffuse the situation, de-escalate it, stop it, whatever I can do. So I'm going to move forward because I've done a bit of rambling about that. I'm going to move forward and be more specific and tell you all about some very specific, just 3 off the top of my head. I have 3 stories that I'm going to share today about bullying situations where someone was being done wrong, mistreated, spoken to in a bad way, whatever. And how I'm like, oh gosh, I can't be a spectator, just stand by and watch. That's not who I am. I can't do that. And so we're going to get into those stories. So the first story was about a young couple. I don't know why when I think back on this story, I always think it was a young 2 lesbians, but it really wasn't. I don't know. Maybe the young man, I don't know, maybe it was the way he was dressed or something about the way he carried himself. And it could have been from a distance as I was approaching them. I thought it was 2 lesbians. Maybe that's where that thought keeps coming from in my brain. Nonetheless, it was a young couple, male and female. Baby, let me tell you about this one was hard. But I want you all to really follow this story because you really get to get in the mind of how I work. You really get to tap in to how my brain functions. It's wired so differently, right? So it was almost like we were in a movie. It was like it was orchestrated, planned, and thought out, and it wasn't. I'm going up this aisle and hitting a corner. We're in a theater, just got through watching the movie. Don't remember what the movie was. It's not even important. Going down this aisle, and we had to hook a left to get down another aisle towards the doors, right? We're going down the aisle. We hooked the left, and right as we hook a left, about 5-6 feet in, there's another theater. People are coming out. And so as this young guy comes out, a young girl comes behind him, sort of, kind of, and he just tapped her on the head, grabbed her by the head, punched her in the head. I was like, whew, let me sit in it. This is a lot. It's why I don't like to talk about a lot of personal stories, because my emotions go back to those moments. And you see it on camera. I can't hide it. But we're going to try to keep moving forward, right? But instantaneously, something happened in me. And it wasn't hey, quit, stop. I'm cool as a cucumber. Because what happens in moments like that, when I know I'm about to insert myself in help, I become cool, calm, and collected before I come overly and excited and outwardly loud. I don't do that because I'm thinking. And when I'm in my thinking mode, I'm always chill, because I need chill to allow me to think. If I get rah, I can't think. I can drive 4 to 6 hours on the road and never turn my music on. This topic isn't about that. See how the brain went. But I'm a thinker. I love to be in a quiet space where I can think. So I checked out of, hey, quit, stop that. Why are you hitting her? I checked out of that. I needed to think, what am I going to do? I knew. I picked up my pace a little bit. Not even where anybody could tell. You couldn't even tell. I picked up my pace a little bit because I knew at the time I get to where they are, I'm going to intervene and insert myself. I don't know exactly how, but I'm going to intervene and insert myself. I'm going to. So I picked up my pace just a bit. And he's steady doing what he's doing. I don't recall her saying anything. She might have said quit or stop. She might have said nothing. She's probably used to the abuse. But he was, I don't remember what he was saying. He was saying stuff. I just don't remember. He might have said, I think he might have said, what the hell, or shut up, or something. But he was verbal. She wasn't, that I recall. It's been at least 6 years ago, if not more. And whatever it was, he continued to push her head, slap her in the head, punch her, grabbed her. And it was enough for me to act aggressively and quickly. I'm too cool for that when I'm trying to think about my next step. So fast forward, I don't say anything. I picked up my pace because I needed to get to them. I needed to rescue her. And what I did, by the time I got there, he had done a final, grabbed her. So they were kind of face to face, or kind of at least body to body. They were kind of like this. And I don't know if it was like this or just, I think it was like body to body. I said nothing to him. He was the aggressor. I don't know this young man, but what I do know, young people today are very nasty and disrespectful. So my approach needed to be towards her, as if I was her mother. Okay? I'm not getting ready to address the aggressor. He's a young man. I'm female. I probably could have handled him if need be, because when my get up there, then I definitely feel like I could defend myself. But I wasn't focused on him. She looked like she needed help. I needed to focus on her. So what I did, again, picked up my pace. I got right where they were. I didn't put my hands on anybody. I didn't put my hands on either one of them. I inserted my body between them, my back to him, and I looked her dead in her eye as if she was my child. And I said, hey, baby, you okay? You good? You okay? Are you okay? And he was going, she all right, she good. I said, you okay, baby? And I almost turned to him and said, I'm not talking to you. But again, when I said, listen to this story intently and you'll see how my brain works in a situation. I remained focused on her. And everything in me and my brain told me, don't address him, don't touch him, don't speak to him, don't even acknowledge him. He's the aggressor, and I don't need to bump with him. okay? Keep your focus on her. She's the victim. She's the one being abused. Pour into this baby. So I went and I just literally stuck my body between them and I said, hey, baby. And I think I did. Correction. I do believe I grabbed her gently by the hand. Maybe not grabbed. I think I touched her hand or I grabbed her wrist. I don't know why I think I might have, but it was in a very light, loving way to say, hey, I'm your savior in this moment. I'm here to protect you. And I might not have. I might have just again inserted my body and been like, hey, are you good? Are you okay? And she good. Yeah, she good. She fine. She all right. She good. I said, I got louder to cancel him out. Are you good, baby? Are you good? Are you good? Are you good? Are you all right? Are you good? You sure you're good? Because she was going, yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. And she said, thank you so much. I said, no, it's not about a thank you. Are you fine? I'm not going to remove myself until I know you're good. Are you fine? She said, yes. Then I took it a step further and I said, do you need to get somewhere safety, like off these premises? Do you need to get home safely? And she just kept saying, by this time, he understood the assignment. Thank you, Jesus. He understood the assignment. He went on about his business. He didn't go far, but he was no longer telling me, she fine, because he could tell, baby, what I'm not going to do is address you. And if I have to address you, it's not going to be pretty up in this theater. It's not. I'm going to ignore you because I don't deal with people of your caliber. I don't do that. So ignored him, continued to address her. And I could tell she was truly a victim because it wasn't like, she didn't give me the blink, the stare, the deer caught in headlight stare, the blink twice if you need. She was just like, I'm good. And she continued, thank you so much. No, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for caring. She just kept saying, thank you for caring. Thank you for stopping. Thank you. She just kept saying it. I'm looking like, baby, if I don't want you to thank me, I need to know, do you want to get in my vehicle when I get you home? I don't do Ubers and I don't do ride shares, but in that moment, had she said, I don't know you, I don't trust you, put me in an Uber, I would have spent the money to put that baby in an Uber. But I knew I would have gotten her where she needed to be safely, no problem, even though she didn't know me. You know, throw caution to the wind, I get that, but sweetie, you over here being abused in public in a theater hallway. He don't care anything about me. Fast forward, that was all I did. Story doesn't have to go on much further than that. That was a moment where I couldn't stand by and now I was hitting coming up out and matter of fact, I do remember the movie. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. I don't remember the name of the movie, but I remember the movie. What was going on in the theater? It was. Oh my gosh, I think it was a movie where somebody was about to be wrongfully executed. If you know the movie, throw it down in the comments. It was a. I don't remember the title of the movie. I think it was a black male who was about to be executed somewhere in the movie. He was not guilty, and I couldn't watch it. So I left. That's why I was like, why wasn't I with anybody else? I left. The two people I was in the theater with, which was Smooch and her sister, they remained in there and I couldn't do it. Again, I couldn't handle it. I know it was a movie, but I couldn't handle it. So I exited just to get a breather. So it was like in divine time. I was meant to exit that theater and be in that moment for that baby at that time. Who goes to a theater and can't watch what's on the screen? I'm just a little funny about certain things. I'm a little squeamish about certain things. And that wasn't rocking with my energy in that moment. Stepped out just to walk down the hall because we weren't exiting to leave. But I was in that direction to exit and leave. Came, boom, and their movie might have been ending because it was several people coming out. But I think they were the first. I don't know. Maybe they were the only two people coming out. I don't remember. In that timing that I couldn't sit in not my movie, I exited just to get a breather, just to not watch that, come out right into that, make sure she was safe. That was that. Listen, nothing in me was going to just be like, oh gosh, I don't see anything. Nothing in me was going to take out my phone and record it. For what? You know, drop in the comments, how do you handle situations like that? I get it. The best thing you could do is mind your business. I ain't gonna knock nobody across the head for minding your business. But to take out your phone and record something for your pleasure or for some views or some likes, absolutely not. And I can truly say, I don't think I've ever taken out my phone and recorded anything. But if I did, I'm not knocking taking out your phone, recording things. Me personally, I would do it for the sake of I can be some type of help for a police investigation, not for social media likes. That I don't get the likes of that. I don't understand it. But either way, I was able to assist that young woman. She wandered off by herself. I'm sure at some point they reconnected because again, he got missing. And I'm sure I exuded energy that radiated off of me like the sunshine. I'm sure he knew I was not a force to be reckoned with in that moment and I wasn't playing with him. And I think I showed that just by ignoring him, not saying a word, being aggressive. I think he must have understood the assignment of, oh, this woman right here is a force. And I think it was all in the approach. Didn't even address him. I'm going to move on to the next one.